Joining us now, Shrey Pratap Singh, the son of the police inspector Subodh Singh. I'll introduce the other panelists in a while from now. Shrey, it's very brave of you to actually come out and speak. It's not been too long since you lost your father. What is most disappointing for you, that these men who incited the violence are out on bail, or the fact that some leaders in the state government are saying that not to make or not to exaggerate the situation when these men are garlanded? What to you is worse?
Sir, from the starting, me and my family was very vocal that our only demand is getting justice for my father. We always, we asked for that from the first day. We asked that these people should be behind bars and they should be kept behind the bar for a very long time, so that we can set in a good example out of it, so that nothing other, no other incident happens like this. But it really saddens me that they're out on bail, and in spite of having 18 to 20 FIRs on each person, they are getting bail.
Do you believe that?
I don't understand why.
Do you believe that despite the fast-track court, true justice in the manner that you want is being denied to you and your family?
I was my family is very confident that we will get justice. We have confidence in the judicial system, but I do believe that there are some instances where there was some lack of work to put on, because you see, police has done terrific work, and local administration helped us a lot. But somewhere in the High Court, senior prosecuting officer, SPOs, they were not very, I guess, confident into pursuing the case.
Yeah.
Because these accused never get the bail from the local court. They got the bail from the High Court. Maybe the prosecuting officers in the High Court must have relaxed.
Shrey, I don't know if you've seen that video, but you would have heard of the fact that there were chants of Jai Shri Ram. These men who came out on bail were garlanded. Does that fill you with anger or a great deal of sadness?
That fits. I can say the emotion right is sadness, because these people, they don't know that those accused were in the jail for some heinous crime. There are 18 to 20 FIRs on each person, and I don't understand why they are being garlanded, why they are being welcomed by a huge crowd. These people should understand that association of such negative people will bring out negativity only.
Shrey, your father fought against.
They were welcomed like that.
Your father fought against those involved in lynching, those against targeted attacks, not just in this particular case where he lost his life, but in the past as well. Tell us a little bit about your father. He was an inspector when he lost his life, and his battle, not just this case, but in the past as well.
So you can understand he was associated with a lot of, brave acts. He got shot twice. The last time he got shot in the neck and he survived. And then also he was involved in the Dadri case, and he was also involved in multiple cases. But one thing I can assure you is that he was, he was very confident about his work, and his ethics towards his duty, they were absolutely on line. He never, he always put his life or his work, his duty before anything else. We were second, and his first priority was his duty.
Yeah.
I remember that very profoundly.
And what actually happened to your father was, he and the police force with him was completely outnumbered, but he chose to fight this mob. He was brutally assaulted first, and then he was shot dead. But despite the fact that he could have moved away from that area,
Yes.
he chose to confront the men who attacked him, right?
Yes, you're correct. He was there till the very last breath.
He'd been very badly injured. Despite that, he kept trying to control the mob, push the mob back. This
So
was
he
before.
had,
Go ahead.
yes,
Go ahead.
yes sir, he had 20 to 25 lacerated wounds on his body. He had bullet injury and he had stone pelting injuries and 20 to 25 lacerated wounds.
When you know about all of this, how are you as a young man? How is your mother? How are you able to come to terms with what has happened, even though it's been several months back? Or is this something that you can never really get over in your own life?
No, that is impossible to get over such incident. But what I can assure is that the society stays out of this. I can assure that my voice can be heard, and through my voice, if I'm able to make sure that there is a law that comes, so it will be much better.
Shrey, what are the values that your father taught you about respecting others, irrespective of their faith, their religion? What were some of the values that he taught you which you hold most dear to your heart, to your mind?
There are a lot of values and motions and everything that a father teaches his son. So for the very fact that he was into his work, and most of the time we used to talk on phone, and then after that when he comes home, he used to come very late, and I used to get up very early, and I used to go, and there was very little time for us to talk, but he connected very easily.
Yeah.
I remember his ethics, his work, his value for people. Those were something very relatable to present times.
How did the police force in Uttar Pradesh, for whom he worked, how did they reach out to you and your family when all of this happened, when he was killed? Did they back you? Did they support you?
No, the police.
Were they under
police
pressure? What happened?
Had a very yes. Police, local administration, police. They were very supportive of us.
Well, Shrey,
They were very supportive.
Shrey, thank you for having the courage to come on this program and to speak to us, and to share your memories of a very, very, very brave man, your father, who in the finest traditions of the Indian police force, the state police force, just did his job and lost his life for that. Thank you very much indeed.